Hey there guys, welcome back for another episode of Mortal Realms Monday magazine review. This week taking a look at issue 47 of the Mortal Realms magazine, and with this issue we get 3 fast riders. Now I have to say, when I first read this I was reading it as fast riders. Yeah, fast riders, not realising there was an R there, so it's far striders. So these are the guys with the cool handheld crossbow, mini crossbows, and the cool bird. And these guys come with sculpted bases. Now unfortunately, if you don't use the sculpted bases and you want to use your own, these guys actually come moulded on to logs that go onto the base. Now obviously you could clip away, you know, just under the foot or whatever, but you are going to have a bit of a balancing issue when it comes to building your own base. You're going to have to obviously step up a few bits to make for the height difference between where the feet are positioned, you know, up and down. Obviously where you're standing with one leg on the log. One of the guys isn't too bad, he's straight-footed here, but the other two are stood on logs. Obviously they're going to have bent knees and stuff. But me personally, I love sculpted bases. I do like making my own as well, but I just think that Games Workshop should sell for specific, like obviously a lot of the what are they called? These guys come with sculpted bases, and I think that you should be able to buy pre-sculpted bases. So maybe, you know, a pack of 10 sculpted bases that you can then put these guys on yourself when they normally come with the black bases, so then people have an option. But you know, that's just me. I know that they do hero bases and stuff like that, but they're not the same. We're looking for so that we can have a whole squad of 10 or 20 models with sculpted bases that all fit uniform. But yeah, these guys, I definitely like the look of them, and can't wait to paint this guy up here. Obviously I'm checking through this mag as I get my monthly subscription in. I make the videos up, so for this guy painting, check out the video in the top corner there and you can check him out. Alright, and get that out of the way. So let's have a look through the mag then. So first of all, obviously we've got the fast riders. We're going to learn about Vanguard Hunters and the war for the Sigyorn. So, Stormcast Eternals, that was the word I was what I was trying to think of. A lot of the Stormcast Eternals have moulded or sculpted bases. I know some of the other armies do as well, but it would be nice if the ones that, like these, that come with these guys with the woodland bits and the stone and, you know, the slabs and stuff, that they could do a set of 10 or 2 different variations of 10 for Stormcast Eternals. Then obviously Nighthaunts tend to come with more of the gravestones and stuff like that, so do a set of 10 of those for Nighthaunts. And then whatever the other races tend to have on their pre-sculpted bases, do bases for those that we can use. But obviously that is what it is. So anyway, Vanguard Hunters. Vanguard Hunters are the elite infantry of the Vanguard Auxiliary Chambers. They are expert scouts and warriors who excel at fighting behind enemy lines, attacking the enemy where they least expect it. So within the Vanguard Hunters, you got obviously the elite scout infantry. So famed hunters, we've got Garrus Falkenstrike, Andrasta Strahl and Million Iratalon. Chamber is that they are Vanguard Auxiliary. Equipment: shock hand axe, a storm saber and a bolt storm pistol. Then their specialties are guerrilla warfare and scouting. Alright, so Vanguard's tools. Bolt storm pistols. Bolt storm pistols are relatively light and can be easily fired on the move, making them excellent weapons for mobile warriors. A shock hand axe. A potent weapon infused with the storm power of Azir. The shock hand axe's short haft makes It's easy to wield in close quarters fighting. They get an astral compass and a storm saber. Storm sabers are stout, heavy-bladed swords that are just as effective at cutting a path through dense thickets and tangled briars as they are rending the flesh of the servants of chaos. Then obviously we've got a little bit here on Hammers of Sigmar. This is Samson's Farstriders. A bit on the Shadespire. So Shadespire was once a great city of Shyish before it was cursed by Nagash. Those who enter the Mirrored City never leave. And I'm sure they've mentioned that in a previous issue or two. Right. Seems we've got a bit of a stiff seam on this one. So we've got Elias Swiftblade. In his mortal life, Swiftblade was a wandering duelist who struck down countless servants of the dark gods. Samson Farstrider. Samson Farstrider is said to be one of the most skilled wayfinders and scouts in all the many storm hosts. And Almeric Eagle-Eye's uncanny ability to sense danger has saved the lives of his fellow warriors many times. So I'm assuming these three guys here are the three that we get. Alright, then we got a little bit here for the Bone Reapers. This is our Bone Reapers 2 section on Death. And this is Orpheon Catacross. Whatever he is, he's the Mortarch of Necropolis. And yeah, it's a pretty impressive model. Very skeletal, but almost a mummy type look to him without the bandages. That's sort of the impression that he gives off to me with his headpiece and, you know, his long staff and that. But yeah, that's a cool looking model. So then we got his 4 guys that assist him. So obviously you've got these guys here. Let's read a bit about him. So, Orpheon Catacross is the Mortarch of Necropolis, an immortal strategist who coordinates not just the battle before him, but a campaign of conquest that spans the mortal realms. Those who seek to strike him down are slain by the champions, who accompany him, or carved apart by the Mortarch's glaive. So these are his 4 champions. We've got Aviarch Spymaster, Prime Necrophoros, Liege Immortis, and Gnosis Scrollbearer. Then obviously we've got the how to build for our three Farstriders. Nice and easy, these guys. I mean, it is literally 1, 2, 3 components for one guy, obviously plus the base. 1, 2, 3 for the second guy. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the third guy. So nice and easy to do these. They are push fit, so no glue required. However, as I said, I like to glue mine so that the seams stay together. I find with push fit they can sort of pull apart slightly, or they may fit one place and then have a slight gap on the other. Put some glue down there and that will hold them nicely. Then we've got how to paint the Farstriders. So obviously this is assuming you're going with the nice gold scheme. Again, check the corner for a link to the video on how I paint mine in the Celestial Vindicators colours. I like the robe on the back, the cloak of fur. That looks pretty cool. Alright, so going through the how to paint, getting quite a few of these now. Obviously we've got how to paint the bases, how to paint the different parts of the arm and stuff, and then we've got their war scroll. So they obviously got missile weapons, the Boltstorm pistol, only a 9-inch range, but it is a pistol. 2 attacks, it's not too bad, 3 to hit and 4 to wound. Melee weapons, reverse round, obviously the Storm Saber is going to be a little bit stronger, although you'd think the axe would hit better, a bit fast, a bit more nimble, but either way, 4+ and 3+, and then 4 and 3, or 3 and 4 for the Saber. And obviously we've got how to use their abilities here. So they can run, move and shoot. And Samson Fast Strider. Oh, he does have a Star Falcon, so he's got an ability there. Does that mention that on the War Scroll? Yeah, Star Falcon. So at the start of your shooting phase, you can pick one enemy unit within 18 inches of Samson Fast Strider and roll a dice. On a 4+, that enemy unit suffers 1 mortal wound. Then we got a little bit of a story here. So this is A Tide of Undeath. It began with a necroquake, a terrifying cataclysm that saw the dead rise in every realm to attack the living. Emboldened, the dead have begun countless campaigns of conquest in every one of the mortal realms. It falls to the Stormcast Eternals to drive back the dead. So that's Anastasia Starstrike there. Obviously a bit of a well-known name for the Stormcast Eternals. She has been mentioned a few times throughout the issues, the collection, and I do believe she has 1 or 2 books. I may be wrong on that, but I'm sure I've seen her mentioned in regards to books before. So I don't read Warhammer books. I prefer 40k and Horus Heresy. But yeah, there she is. So Stormcast Eternals, Nighthaunt, and the Sigurn. So this is for battles. This is Shamon or Kamon. Obviously different locations within this area. And then we've got a small battle plan. So the Hunting for Shamanite uses the 1 battle map. And for this, Nighthaunts will need Spirit Torment, a Dreadblade Harrow, 2 Chain Gasps and 15 Chain Rasps. And the Eternals will need a Knight Azeroth, 3 Prosecutors, the Fast Riders that we got from this issue, and 5 Liberators. And that there is the end of this magazine. So next issue, we've got issue 48 with Reignor the Grim Hailer, and I am so looking forward to painting him. I think he's a really cool looking model with the winged horse, which obviously would have been a Pegasus of some kind before it died and became this undead haunting flying horse beast thing. And then issue 49, just a couple of paints. Obviously recently I've been falling a bit behind and in and out with videos due to personal stuff, motivation and things like that. I am trying my best to keep up with it, guys, and I am trying to get back up to more recent issues. So from this point onwards, any issues where we have the paint or things like brushes or anything like that, I don't think we'll do anymore. I think now it's just paints. I'll do whatever issue comes after that. So in the case of this one, on this day, it will be issue 49 and 50 in that same week. So that Mortal Realms Monday will feature both magazines and the painting for issue 50. Should we, in the very unlikely case of get 2 painting issues one after the other, or paint issues, then obviously something like this, 49 would come out with 48 and 50 would go with 51, so that I can get those issues out the way and bring us up closer to where we need to be. But obviously price of the Fast Riders and all that is on your screen now, with how much you're saving on the issue. I do believe we're saving a fair amount on this one. I think it's about £5 or £6, something like that. Obviously on the screen here you can see the exact amount. But yeah, that's the end of today's issue, guys. So obviously I would like to thank any of you who have recently subscribed, all my new subscribers. Welcome to the club, welcome to the channel, thank you for subscribing. And all of those that are already subscribed, as always, thank you very much, it is much appreciated. If you haven't already, please check out the link for my Patreon if you would like to support the channel further. I've got a few videos up on there, including a character focus series that I'm doing every month for the Primarchs of the Horus Heresy. So do check that out, but they do come out a month later here on YouTube anyway. So if you can't support the channel financially, but you would like to support the channel just with views and view time, then check those out when they're here on YouTube. If you enjoyed the video, as always, hit that like button, and if you're not subscribed, hit that subscription button. They do help the channel grow, obviously, and they help promote the channel across the YouTube platform. And if you have any questions, any comments, throw them down as well, because the more that you guys engage with videos, with comments and things like that, the higher up YouTube's algorithm the channel grows. But until next time, thanks a lot guys, take it easy and keep painting those minis.